Hello everyone, what's happening? This is Forgo, and today we're going to talk about the Gintama collab. Got beautiful Leona right here, and we're on my JP account because the collab's already in the JP version of the game. So let's jump in here and let's go down to the Gintama here. And we also have more information confirming that Gintama is coming. So I'm going to start from the right and I'm going to work my way to the left, talk a little bit about these characters and show their skills and just relay some information about them. One thing I'm not going to do is I'm not really going to go over the core effects because other than Condo here, this guy right here, these core effects on these other characters are just freaking bad. They're not very good at all. In fact, these characters just aren't worth a crap. Condo here is the only one that's somewhat relevant. He's a character that people actually use to troll other people in Championship. For some certain reasons, we'll get to talking about that in a second. But the first character we're going to talk about is Takasugi. And this guy is a purple attack type. His leadership increases HP by 25% for purple allies and penetration by 25%. And as far as his core effects, there's really just nothing to say about them. They're not very good. They're pretty damn bad. You know, increased damage by 6%, I think, something like that. It's just not good, guys. It's not good. I'm not going to go over it. It's not even worth mentioning. As far as his active skills, you can see here that all he has is damage, damage, damage. Just damage, just damage. And then his third skill here deals 570% damage to the enemy. And the damage increases by 23% when the enemy's HP is greater than 50%. So when you're facing an enemy that has more than 50% HP, he gets an increase of damage by 23%. And then nothing really special here. We jump into the skill preview. Now, Takasugi is a really interesting character in the franchise. This guy is actually one of the antagonists in the franchise. So take a look at the first skill. Pretty cool. Pretty funny story. Him and Gentoki. Gentoki's the main protagonist of the franchise. They have a bit of a rivalry, actually. It's actually very interesting, the rivalry that those two guys have. That's pretty cool. Nice little range attack. But all of these characters, they're just not very good. They showed up in JP and they were pretty much almost forgotten about immediately. Even though they got some cool skills, but they don't have a whole lot going on. I mean, I really love his special. Really love it. Very cool character. Funny thing about this guy, when he was a kid, he used to get the crap beat out of him by Gentoki because he wasn't very good at fighting, but Gentoki was an actual natural talent. So that's Takasugi. Then we have Condo here. Now, Condo is actually very interesting. He's the best character out of the bunch. He's also a free character. He's a green defensive type fighter. His leadership offers increased HP by 30% for Gintama allies and a critical rate bump by 15%. You go into his core effects, and this is the one that really matters. When he's being attacked, he gets an HP recovery by 1.7%. So the more you attack him, the more heal he's getting. And that's why you control other players with this guy, especially in Championship, because he's a mother to kill. Now, if you got a super big powerhouse, you can melt him away. But if you don't, the fight will just go on and on and on playing with this guy. A little information about Condo is there's a police force in the franchise, and he's actually the commander. He's pretty much the numero uno of them, even though his subordinates don't really listen to him that much. They actually listen to his second in command, who we'll get into in a little bit, but it's pretty funny. He's a pretty goofy dude, actually, but he's the commander. He's a bad dude. If you look at his skills, there's really nothing special about skills. You got some text, and then his third skill here deals 816% of damage to the enemy and reflects 4.1% damage received for 5 seconds. So it's still good. I mean, it's a grab skill, which, you know, those things can be kind of a pain. His other two skills are strike skills. Let's check them out. Yeah. I really like his music though. And I love it. Rah! I mean, I love it. Pretty cool skill, but they're a bit slow and sluggish. Like I said, this is a character that just gets used to troll other people. Now this skill is very, very cool because if you've ever watched the Gintama franchise, you know where this comes from. This is funny. Down in his little skibbies there. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I won't spoil it for any of you, but there's a moment in the franchise where that definitely comes up and it's pretty funny. Good stuff. The best character out of all of them at the current moment. So unless they get some buffs, this guy will still be number one, and he's the free one. And then we have Okita. Now Okita is a yellow attack type fighter. His leadership increases attack power by 25% for yellow attack type for yellow fighters and has a crit rate bump by 11%. So a decent leadership for all yellow fighters. His core effects are just nothing special. There's nothing really here that's really relevant. To be perfectly honest, guys, it's not even worth translating for you. And this guy is freaking awesome. He's pretty much, he's one of the policemen. You can see the outfit that he's wearing. You know, you have Condo, and then you have Hijikata, and then Okita is the guy that's right under Hijikata. And this guy is an amazing swordsman. He's pretty much almost unrivaled in the franchise. He's a bad dude. Calm and collect attitude. But if you look at his skills, there's nothing special. You know, he's whatever. He's got some text here, some text here. And then his third skill deals 560% damage to the enemy. And the skill cooldown time is minus 0.8% for each critical activation. I'm not sure what it means, but I don't think that's really that good, to be perfectly honest. I think he decreases his skill cooldown on this skill whenever he's doing critical attacks is what I believe that means. Then you take a look at his skills. And all these guys have 5 PG cards. Nice dash forward slash, samurai style. That kind of reminds you of Ukiyo. Nice, nice. And he's always shooting rockets at Hijikata in the freaking franchise. It's freaking ridiculous. It's just so stupid, it's funny. Oh, I love that. I love that. Pops the sword out of the sheath just a little bit. I really like that. Very short animations though, unfortunately. Very cool character in the franchise, but unfortunately in the game he just isn't very good, even though he's a cost 58. Now we have Hijikata. Now Hijikata is the second in command. You have Condo, then you have Hijikata of the police force. He's a red balance type fighter. His leadership increased attack power 25% for technology type, which is balance types. And the cooldown time decreases by 1 second for active skills. Which, it's okay, it's not bad. And again, his core effects are just nothing. I know that they're all in Japanese, but believe me guys, it's nothing important at all. They're not very good. You look at his active skills, and you got some text. And then on his third skill, deals 557% of damage to the enemy, and critical rate is bumped up by 5.4%. I mean, it's kind of whatever, unfortunately. I mean, it's just... Here we go. Little jab. That's kind of boring, actually. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I do like that. Alright. And this is the big boy. This does remind me of the anime. That's funny. It is funny. But again, you know, they're just... Yeah, and he's a cost 60, right? He's a cost 60, but he just isn't good. Nobody plays with him in JP. Nobody plays with any of these characters except for Condo every once in a while. And that's really about it. It really sucks. Kagura, she's another free character. And Kagura is a very cool character. She's actually an alien. She's actually from a tribe called the Yado tribe. And she has super strength. She's really a cool character. She's one of the main protagonists of the franchise. Her and Gentoki and another character named Shinpachi, who isn't in this game, which is baffling to me because he's one of the main protagonists, but he isn't. But she's a red attack type fighter. Her leadership increases attack power by 45% for all allies and increases their HP by 12%. So she's got a good leadership for all fighters, and she's going to be free, so that's actually good. And again, her cores are just whatever. You know, increase attack by 60%. I mean, decrease their defenses, I think, or decrease their attack by 6%. It's 6% is nothing. It's not even worth mentioning, to be honest. As far as her active skills, some text. You can see that Nat Marvel didn't put much love into these characters at all. Then in her third skill, she deals 553% of damage to the enemy if HP is greater than 50%, and skill damage is increased by 12%. So it's not a bad buffing skill. So let's go over this. And again, 5 PG card. And she uses that umbrella religiously in the franchise. I really love Kagura, actually. She's freaking hilarious. And she's a bad, bad girl, boy. Woo-wee, she's bad. And she's going to be getting a relative in the update as well. We'll talk about that in a sec. I'm really excited about that, though. And her tribe, you know, actually her alien race, they are trained warriors, trained assassins is what they are. And this is her pet right here. That's what it does all the time. Franchise, it just runs over her. Then she gets a little bit of a nosebleed. I don't know why I'm laughing about that. It's probably not very funny, but it is in the franchise. Really, I love Kagura a lot, but she just isn't that good. Again, never gets played. And then we got the main protagonist of the franchise, and that is Gentoki. You see that he uses a wooden sword. There are reasons for that, but I'm not going to get into that because it's kind of spoiler territory for the franchise. I highly advise watching it. But he's a blue defensive type, and his leadership increased when HP is greater than 50%. Attack power is increased by 40%, and damage received is decreased by 30%. So a decent leadership when your HP is above 50%, that's actually pretty good. And again, his core effects are kind of whatever. There's nothing special here. Believe me, guys, he does have a little bit of a heal, and then he gets a decreased damage received by 18% when his HP is below 30%. When your HP is below 30%, you're pretty much dead. It's pretty much useless, to be honest. It actually kind of sucks. You look at his active skills, and then you got some text. His third skill here deals 541% of damage to the enemy and gives him super armor for the skill, which really sucks. He doesn't even get 3 seconds of super armor. If you notice, none of these characters have a lot going on. They just weren't treated very well. And look, all of them had 5 PG cards. It's like, what the hell? I mean, they deserve so much more than this. And I love Gentoki, man. He's definitely my favorite of the franchise. And there's that super armor. Cool skill. Okay, that would be an easy skill to dodge. Oh, I do like this one, though. I do like this skill. Very long animation, very nice. Really like that skill. And Gentoki, man, he really is special, but yeah. And he's a blue defensive type, so, it'd be nice if they buffed up this character. It'd be nice if they buffed up all of them. They all need it. All these characters need to be buffed. They're just not very good. It wasn't even worth going into their core effects, to be perfectly honest, except for Condo. He really is the only one that did get a little shining light, and he is a free character, and so is Kagura. It's pretty crazy. So, on to some other news. So now we have more confirmation that we are getting Gintama. And if you take a look at the screen, I'll put it up right now, a little something was leaked on Google Play, and it shows Gentoki there in front and center, and then right to the right of him is a character named Kami, who is Kagura's older brother. So he's also from the Yado tribe, and he's a freaking alien. He's super strong. He's a bad dude. And to the right of him is a character named Katsura. And Katsura and Gentoki are, well, they were best friends. They grew up together. They trained together, the same as Takasugi. Only Katsura and Gentoki have a much better relationship, much closer relationship. But he is freaking fantastic. So what I'm hoping for, and if you look at Gentoki, you can see that he's actually holding a sword and he's wearing a different outfit. This is the past Gentoki from when he was younger and was still using an actual sword. So what I'm hoping for, and what a lot of people are speculating already, is that these three characters are going to be Fest characters. I'm praying to God that they are. I'm hoping that they're going to be freaking insane. Please make them insane. Please buff up those other characters. The big duck-looking thing there, his name's Elizabeth. Could be a playable character. It'd be kind of funny. It's actually not a duck. It's actually a human being that's just in a costume. I won't reveal who that human being is, but yeah. So this is something to really look forward to. This is just more confirmation that we are getting Gintama, which is awesome. I'm super excited for it. So let me know what you think about the Gintama characters. Let me know if you're excited about this collaboration. I am super excited because one, I love Gintama. Two, I know there's going to be a pity. I know that we can go in there and we're going to be able to get these characters no matter what. So, you know, I mean, you're going to have to spend the rubies, but you're going to be able to get them no matter what. So I'm excited about that. So let me know how you're feeling about them. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.